I'm back today with my tricks and tips on nailing your first audition and how to become a stripper. So firstly, I want to start off with like a disclaimer because with becoming a stripper comes with like a lot of the stipulations and like the stereotypes of stripping, like you're a slut, you do drugs, all that, and you definitely have to kind of be ready for people to come at you with stuff like that. So you kind of have to have a hard skin when it comes to that, and you have to have a hard skin because you're putting your body out there to be judged by people. Like there's gonna be moments where you go on stage and literally the group of guys that are there might not have liked you as the girl might not have liked you as much as the girl before. So like they kind of just walk away and go do their own thing while you're on set, and like literally even to this day that still kind of hurts. It's like okay, that sucked. Like, so you definitely have to be ready for those moments, and you have to have a hard skin through them. And also you have to have a strong mindset when what you walk into, and know that you want to walk in the same person you walk out. And with all the like stereotypes come, like you can become that type of person like working in that environment. So you have to have a very strong mindset and like a strong will, and like know what your like morals are, your goals, and what you want to get out of that job, because you can like go in there and lose yourself. And I feel like that's where a lot of women like go in there and do. So you definitely want to figure out like your mental state and why you really want to do this, like what you want to get out of it, and really sit down and think if this really what you want to do. Because like, no offense, like I don't know, unless you're like really secretive about it, you work like far away from home and stuff, like this could come up like further in life, and it could hurt potential options for you, or like it could cause certain people to have certain opinions about you. So you definitely want to keep that in mind when you're making this decision, that it can hurt you further down the line. But first off, you want to start off by researching the laws in your state. If you watch the like I am a stripper video, well, my video of that, when I lived in Florida, they required you to get an adult entertainment permit, which was $35, and you had to get it at the police station. And yeah, you just had to like fill out this application, and that's all. But you needed that to strip. And like when I went to Arity's Angels, they asked me if I already had one, and luckily I did. But they said that they would allow me to dance like under the table for the first day to get the money to get it, since it was only $35. So depending on where you are, you might be required to do something like that. But here in Massachusetts, most places just require me to bring 2 forms of ID. So like my I usually bring my like driver's license and my social, or something like that. Usually just 2 forms of like identification. And once you figure out like what you need to bring with you, research the clubs, because when I first started in Florida, I started at Lookers. And Florida is a like hands-off state, but Lookers isn't considered hands-off. Like literally, like my first night, at 1 o'clock the DJ goes, at 1 p.m. we're locking the doors, and like it wasn't full, like Florida wasn't even full nude either. Like the part of Florida, I don't know if other places are, but the part of Florida I wasn't in wasn't even full nude. And he was like, at 1 o'clock we're all going full nude, and I was like, what? Like, no offense, this is like my first time ever dancing. Like I wasn't expecting to go full nude. Like that wasn't mindset. Like it was just like tops. Like I was just so thrown off. And like literally I like called a ride, and I was like, oh, I gotta go because this is too much. Like it threw me off, and it was like full nude and hands on. Like it was just too much. So when I moved back to Massachusetts and I went to like, actually that's another story time, but I kind of fucked up. So that's why I'm saying I definitely like took the step. Like I made a couple mistakes before I learned like the right way to go about it. But I like researched it, and I found out Zach's. And Zach's, I literally just went in, like had a little interview with the owner, and I didn't even have to do an audition. Like I just, what did I have to do? I came in, like they had like our scheduling for Zach's is like you can do like 6 months in advance, and you just fill out the like schedule out back. So he just put me on the schedule, I think, for like the following week, and fucking I just came in and worked. But if you do have to audition, make sure, well, before you do that, so after you research the clubs, because you want to make sure that if you're comfortable, like whatever you're comfortable with, like if you're not comfortable with people touching you, that it has a hands-off policy. Look into the reputation, because even if you are a hands-off state, make sure you, like, even if you like just look at the reviews of what the guy's saying, if the guys are saying like, I don't know, like raunchy stuff that they get away with, then maybe that's not the club for you. Look for like where they're like, oh, nice girls, like I don't know, like they talk like very respectful about the girls. And then yeah, so once you do that, once you research and you figure out a couple places you want to go, call them. And definitely have a couple more than one, because even though that place might be like everything you want it to be, has all the qualities, and the next place might just like the look might be a little different, your personality, your look might fit better for that second club than it does the first club, so you might make more money there than you thought you would at the first one. So definitely figure out a couple options. Call the club, ask what they require, so if that's a license, the adult entertainment license, if that's just like an ID, social, like something like that, see what they require. And then ask if they do auditions and what days they do auditions, because a lot of places have like open auditions where they can do like specific days. So ask about that, and then fucking take that week, hopefully give it a week, practice your dancing, get like 3 or 4 outfits, because just in case they hire you for that night, you want to have like 3 or 4 outfits, because like I don't know, I'm a sweaty stripper, like I fucking sweat. So you want to be able to switch out so you're comfortable, you're not feeling like you're in the same outfit. So 3 or 4 outfits and a pair of shoes. And depending on the club, like Zach's, I love Zach's because like I break my heels, like I have this move that I slam my feet on the floor, and fucking I go through stripper shoes like it's my fucking job. So I go back and forth between wearing like actual stripper shoes, which are like $100, so like way higher, until wearing like just like I throw on a pair of like cute actual heels that I got from Charlotte Russe. And he doesn't care. Like there's girls there that would wear like Converse, some girls go barefoot. Like at Zach's, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and that's what I love about it. But find yourself a pair of shoes that you're comfortable in, and that's what I'm saying. Like you really want to research the club, because a lot of like kind of grungier clubs let you get away with wearing like shorter heels and stuff like that. When you get to higher end clubs, they're kind of expecting you to be on the level where you can wear shoes, like high heel shoes. And not that they're hard, because that's, but like if you are like a beginner in heels, I would say specifically get stripper shoes, because they're designed, like they're flatter, they don't have so much of an arch, they're designed to dance in, they're designed to be comfortable and dance in. So definitely start off with those. They're more expensive than just going and get a regular pair of heels, but they will definitely make your night so much better, because your feet won't be like killing you by the end of the night. So definitely invest in a nice pair of shoes, or find yourself a club that you can dance fucking barefoot, one or the other. And then once you get there, like after the audition, get up there and do your thing. Honestly, if you feel like if you're scared, feel like girls are watching you, fucking they are. But you know what, just like do your thing, because no offense, they don't fucking pay your bills. Like they don't cut you a check, they don't do shit besides sit there and look. And no offense, you're gonna have to get used to that, because every single time you get on that stage, they're going to be there to look. And I'm a creep. Like I never literally looked at a girl on stage and hated her, or like hated on her. Like I know the fear, I know the insecurities that come up with going on that stage and having to like be comfortable with your body and show your body off. And I know like I would never want to like give that insecurity to someone. So like I don't ever look up there and be like, oh my god, that bitch is so ugly, she can't dance. Like no, I look up there and I'm like, oh damn, she just did that. Like, oh, maybe I want to try that. Oh shit, what? You just blew me away, babe. Like I don't like, and I feel like that's what a lot, because I don't know, especially as Zach's, like I don't know, we're just so comfortable creeps. Like I literally would be like creeping, like So it's just like, I don't know. And even if you do, like, I don't know, even if there's some bitch hating on you, like, don't think of it as like that. Think of it as a fucking fan. Like, I don't know, no offense, you're taking the time to look over here when there's 100 other things you could be looking at. Bitch, maybe you could be doing your job and finding a man to talk to give you a couple bucks instead of spending your time looking at me. Like, really, there's a couple ways you could throw it. Really, I just like to look at the positive. She's just looking at me. She thinks I'm beautiful. Maybe I'm doing my thing. That's how I want to look at it. So when you're up there, just let it go. Do your thing. Don't think about anyone hating on you. Just go up there like you would, like a normal shift, and just expect to do your thing. If you do happen to get hired at that club, if they say, yes, we want you to come back, here's the day they want you to come back, like blah, 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 ask them how much tip out is, because your first night working, you want to make sure you already have tip out. Like, I know you might already be in a tight spot, but like, you already want to have tip out, just because if it's a slow night, you literally don't want to start off in the negatives with like a new club. You just want to start off on the right track, and I feel like you should always walk in with tip out. Like, if you make a couple hundred the night before, make sure you have tip out for the next night. Like, always have tip out before you walk into the club, because then you walk in already making positive. Like, you don't start off in the negative. So ask what their tip out at the end of the night is. And that fact, like, if you go to other clubs and in the time frame, like before that next day, like your starting day, and their tip out's less, and you feel like it's the same vibe, there's just as many people, maybe you would want to go to that club with a less tip out. So definitely ask about that. I'm just trying to see if I went over everything, you guys. It definitely, like, cause if you want to learn like cool pull tricks, like that comes with like on the job. Like, a lot of days that it would get like slow and like we would have nothing better to do, I would ask one of the girls that like knew how to do like crazy pull trick, hey, can you go up there and like show me how to do a couple things while nobody's in here? And like they would do that. Also looking at any like pole classes around you, or if any of the girls that you work with have personal poles at home, and if they're willing to like train you for a couple bucks, because there's definitely been couple girls at my strip club that had poles at home that they were willing to do lessons for. And one of the girls, that's what I'm saying, like, stripping has so many advances. Like, everything in life, like, you can advance to another level, and stripping you can if you keep your mindset on like your goals and what you want to get out of it. One of the girls I used to work with, Gianna is her dancing name, she opened a pole fitness studio in Boston, and like out of like what she like turned out of that. So I think it's just like you can make anything out of it. And like, just because there's a lot of women that end up like on drugs and selling themselves doesn't mean like every woman, like, I just know they were used to like firefighter. I knew a woman that was a firefighter during the day and a stripper at night. Like, blew my mind, because that just turned me on even more. Like, you're saving lives, and that's what you look like naked. Okay. Okay. Like, so everybody just thinks that this like stereotypical stripper is like this like baby mama of three, like single at home, living on welfare, and like that's not the case. Like, I've met some beautiful women with beautiful stories that are strippers, and like to add that, what would that be? To add that sort of description onto them, it would be like the last word I would use to describe them. So many other words would come before stripper, because they have done so much more than be a stripper. So definitely, like, go in there with a beautiful, amazing mindset, and you will walk out with the same thing. And don't let someone who isn't on the path that you want to go take you down to that level, because, and it's easy, because like honestly, when I was in Florida, I'm not gonna lie, like I dabbled in coke, and like after that, like I've never done like coke since then. Like, Florida was like my only time, because like one of the strippers was like, oh yeah, to help you get out of your comfort zone, like you'll talk more, and it did. But then I realized like that's all it did. Like, it didn't make me feel happy, it didn't make me feel good. Like, it just made me kind of talkative, and no offense, I could have got that off of like drinking like a beer. Like, and not have to say I did coke, and not have to have like this numbing feeling in my nose, and not have to feel like grossed out at the fact that I have to tell people that, yeah, like if they ask, yeah, I've done coke. Like, it's not worth the feeling I was getting from doing it. Like, I don't understand it. So it's not a high, I understand. But those are the things that you will occur, like, that will occur once you get in there, because people in there do those things. That's not false at all. But you just have to know what you want out of it and what you want to get out of it. And that's definitely what you're going to get out of it. And if you're like really just unconfident and like self-conscious, like, remember that, no offense, the world is so fucking big, and there's so many people in it that look so many different ways. There's going to be someone that thinks you're attractive, and guys are so, like, I don't know. Guys are so simple. So simple. So, like, definitely don't feel insecure, because I did this at 190. I did this at 150, and both, like, I literally, there was no really difference in the money. It was just some more difference in my confidence. Like, my confidence grew, so my money grew. And, like, no offense, in my last story I told you about fucking Benz, the BBW fucking stripper I fucking love. She was fucking, like, thick, but she made bank. Several of the strippers I know made bank, and they were fucking thick as shit. Maya, fucking, she's Asian and she's thick. Like, who do you know is a thick Asian? That's different. That's unique. That's exotic. And she was killing it for being thick and Asian. So, like, don't, like, shit on your size, because men like everything. Men are fucking weirdos, and well, not even weird, because it's not weird for liking you, but men like everything. Like, they are just men. So basically, I think that's about it. That's, if there's any really more questions. Oh, and when you do go into your auditions, I forgot about that. When you do fucking go into your auditions, go in there fucking banging bomb ass makeup, like you're a top shelf, like everything, because you want him to, like, already know what he's hiring. Like, you don't want him to think, like, you might, like, and, like, on your first day, do the same thing, because you want those customers that are already sitting in there to be like, ooh, who's this new girl? Ooh, who's this new girl? Like, you want to catch attention. Like, you want to do that, and, like, really do that your every shift that you really can. Because if there's any customers already in there, you want to already catch their attention. You don't want them to look around, turn around and see you, like, hair up, like, all crappy, like, no makeup, like, and then come out like, oh shit. Like, that's, like, how you're supposed to, like, do 3 months into a relationship. Like, this is supposed to be an illusion. Like, they're not supposed to see that side of you. So make sure you definitely, like, keep a full face and look as cute as possible. Yes. That's about it, you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.